Welcome back, viewers, this time to another edition of Heads Up. That's what we are, Heads Up. Neil Davis, the head of Form Pro, along with the Money Shot here to dissect and discuss events of the racing and the sporting variety this weekend. Maybe look back at last week, throw out a few brickbats, bouquets, give the opportunity for some prizes to be won, and talk a whole lot of rubbish, probably more than likely, Neil, and welcome along.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, a couple of rubbishy winners, hopefully. As long as they win, I don't care what you call them. As long as they win.
Exactly. So, as we normally do in our Heads Up podcast, we'll kick off with a review of last week. And Ruakaka, we'll kick off. We tipped out a horse last week very strongly by the name of BT Junior. Never a winning hope, unfortunately. The fast lane, that inside rail position, you had to be one or two off at the most. Every single winner at Ruakaka made its run up the straight, either on the rail or one off the rail, and when he was flushed out 5 and 6 wide and 8 lengths off the leader at the 600, he was no hope, but still a good run.
It was a good run. I think we could see what was happening in that first 300 or 400 metres there. When he looked like he was going to trail, he tried to push up Leaf, but he got more or less checked out, didn't he, really? If he had pushed up and got the trail, it might have made a difference. It didn't. He didn't, so he just got too far back. But his sectional was fantastic, closing off the second, and with the bias being on the inside.
Forget the run.
You might as well have late scratched him halfway through the race because he had no chance, really. But that he's Cavalier. I see it's on Sunday too.
Is it?
$9.
$9.
Back to a mile. In great form. Good
BT Junior probably going around at Avondale the following Saturday, so keep an eye out for him.
What is it there? What is it?
Open 2200.
Right. Okay.
She's Poppy winning the Bowringer Engelheim mile at Awapuni, or sorry, not the mile, the 1550 as it is now. 3 wide the trip, no cover, bombs Art Deco on the line. I was not happy.
During the run you thought, oh, she's out of the race, you can't win that race. Reasonable tempo, 3 wide in the open. Just being fresh and a good tough horse with a will to win, that was the difference, wasn't it, really? Art Deco, up in distance.
Just that last 50 metres found it out, and Des was finding the line late after looking beaten at the 200. Do you think he got all the favours, or did he run out of room that last bit?
Look, I head on said he did have his chance, but he lost a position about 1 or 2 positions on the bend there, and I thought he's stuffed. But then he came back well, but I see he's in tomorrow over more ground. Maybe he's just looking for more ground now. He was dropping back in distance from Riccarton, so I think that distance tomorrow will suit him, but
so
it was a good run.
I think that was a chocolate fish in my favour.
Was it?
Only
I can't remember.
Only by about a head.
Yeah, it was.
We'll take that. And then obviously we carried on into Saturday night, and just shows you sport. It's a great leveller, and there is no such thing as a certainty in sport. Who would have picked South Africa to beat the All Blacks in Wellington?
Well, as you said, last year they got beaten 57-0 by the All Blacks, same game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they got beaten by Argentina and Australia recently, so how could you pick that? I think it's just I was speaking to a couple of South Africans later, and they said it's just they wanted to get in the All Blacks' faces. And, what's his name? Our kicker. He just wasn't on his game, was he?
That guy, Bowden Barrett.
That's the one, Bowden Barrett.
We might have to send him back to Taranaki.
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be able to make the Taranaki side even, given the way they're going? Taranaki rugby's at an all-time low.
That maybe want him, eh?
I don't know if he'd even make this.
Probably not. Hey, form's temporary.
One bad game, you'd forgive Bowden for that.
But with the World Cup coming up, it's not a bad thing, is it? It really shakes them up thinking. What you were thinking on that?
Normally, when the All Blacks lose a game like that, the nation goes into a big, hollow, depressive state.
Yeah.
But I'd say the feeling from rugby fans and the general public alike is like, oh, that's good. We lost a game. It's probably good for us. So I think it'll turn out to be a positive. Go back to 2015. Last year we won the World Cup. We lost our last game to Australia in the Rugby Championship that year. No one remembers that now because we won the World Cup. So I think we'll look back on this game and go, yep, that was a good wake-up call.
Here's a question for you.
Go on then.
World Cup, Japan final, us versus South Africa, same scenario. Would we pass it back to Barrett for a drop kick or still go for the try?
Tough call.
They learned from that on Saturday.
You'd like to think they would have set up for the drop kick.
You'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You have to back yourself, practice like hell, and make sure if it happens again, you go for it.
68 tests, I think, Bowden's had no drop goals. 0, not one. I don't even know if he's attempted one, I wouldn't have thought.
Well, you need to find someone else who's got the confidence to, like in the, it wasn't a drop kick, was it in the last World Cup final? Or two?
Yeah, Dan got a drop kick in the World Cup final.
That's right, yeah.
To go ahead by more than 7.
Yeah. So it can be done.
Anyway, we'll turn that page. It was a bad tip on our behalf, but I don't think anyone would have tipped South Africa to win that game. But a good tip was Argentina in the next game with a 10.5 point start.
There was.
Never in doubt.
Yep.
And luckily held on to win, but we'll take that. And Australia in a bit of turmoil too now at the bottom of the Rugby Championship table. Well done to Argentina. That was good.
Yeah, they're playing well, aren't they? Obviously, the up-and-comers for the World Cup and the way they're playing, they gave us a bit of a fright a couple of weeks ago. So,
yep,
the improving team. Yeah.
So that's sort of a recap on last week, but now let's get into the real stuff this week, Neil. We have got form guides, we've got everything we need to find a winner in race 8 at Hawke's Bay, the Windsor Plate, the Group 1 over 1,600 metres.
Looking forward to it.
You've done your form. The track should be reasonably fair. Our walker, Brendan, has given you his latest update.
Yes, he said it's going to play fairly, and the back straight is probably slower than the front straight. So look, there's only a couple of mils forecast. So he reckons the front straight is going to be a dead 6 at worst with a couple of mils forecast. So I can't see it being a problem. 1,600 metres, they run about 136 to 137 probably. So and the speed in the race is like it's going to be an even tempo, suiting all horses. It could even be faster depending on what those horses out wide do, like Contessa Vanessa, Frank Aletta. They'll be coming over, and Ocean Emperor. Will he be keen on keeping the lead? It's going to be up to Hills.
Not according to Gary Hennessy. Did you read about that? He sacked the jockey. Didn't want the jockey to lead last time, and he got sacked. Sean Mackay. He was quite dirty. If you read an article on Racing News, I think it was. So Mark Hills replaces. So they want Ocean Emperor ridden with a sit, I believe.
That's interesting.
But Sensible Princess, I think, will push forward as well.
Yeah.
Slightly better draw than last time. So Melody Bell drawn 1 with only a 200 metre run to that first corner. She could easily end up 3 back the fence, even 4 back the fence.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say 3 back the fence with Ocean Emperor taking a sit. She's going to be 3 back. Plus, that inside barrier, you've got to kick up early to make sure you hold that position. And being suspect over a mile, she's going to be vulnerable late.
420, I think that's false favourite. I'd be opposing her rather than backing her on Saturday. I know she's got a great record, won half her start,
she's
but
tough,
1,600 might be just a tad too far for her.
Yeah.
I'm picking.
Yep. The question I was asked myself in these Group 1 races, which of these horses would you have confidence racing at Flemington in a Group 1 weight for age race over a mile or 1,600 metres? You'd go through that field, and the only horse I could take over confidently would be number 7, Scott Base. What do you think?
Well, he ran 8th in the Tarzino, but as far as 8ths go in races, it was a pretty good 8th, and I liked his run. Sort of had Next Up written all over it, and we all know his record at the mile, winning the Karaka Million, where he flashed home that last 100, very strong to the line.
Great time too, 133.4, and sectional was outstanding compared to the rest on the day.
And you remember that race at Trentham over 1,400, he looked beat for all money.
He did.
And somehow got up to Blow's Paulonia in the Wellington Guineas. I think he's the horse on the rise, 4-year-old. Maps for him to draw in 6. He should be able to find a spot, 1 off the fence, 7th or 8th, and then just peel before the turn and let down. And I can see him winning for sure. I'm in your camp there.
Good. Okay. $6, good money, I thought.
Especially since you've had your couple of thousand on.
Not that much, but I'll have me a little bit. I'm probably going to wait till Saturday because I want to see the horse to see how much he has improved from the first day and how that track is playing. Now, if the rail's going off, which it could be by this time of day, I think Scott Base could get out there and be a really good chance. Horses like Melody Bell, who won't like the inside going off, and Ocean Emperor, etc. And High Fly's going to come into it with that wide draw if they are angling out to the middle. But yeah, Scott Base, $6, good bet. Yeah, Melody Bell just too short. Savvy Cope, looking forward to her. And the
You think
Livermore.
she's the 2000 horse, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she's been set for that. Contessa Vanessa, good luck, Don. Hope she goes well for her. She's drawn wide, will go forward. And she's a genuine mare now, and she could stick on for a place and even upset. You never know. Good, tough mare getting the right run. The race before was an interesting one. Now, you were there when Big Mike, someone thought on course, you mentioned last time in the podcast
Looked home for all money, but got nailed by Charles Road.
I wish he had got home. Anyway, that's racing. But
I'll tell you something though, Neil. We went in and with one of our regulars, Pedro. How are you, mate? You had a horse running in that race. So we tagged along with Pedro into the post-match. Aftermath, watched the replay, see all the speeches and all the stuff that goes on after races, and was watching the replay with Grant Nicholson, trainer of Nymph Monte, and he had a smile a mile wide seeing Nymph Monte flash home for fourth. And if you go back through his form last year, fourth first day, step up to 2000 second day, clean them up by 3 lengths, and I can see him doing that again. I think the horse has never been better. 7-year-old now, fully mature. And that first up run was huge. The first day run.
It was, yeah.
And he'll be ready to strike. I'm on the Nymph Monte bandwagon at $7, would you believe? You're sticking with your old friend Big Mike?
I'm not super confident about him. I was really keen on him last time because of the weight and the way he was just going to lead and try and 1 minute into the ground, which he almost did. Nymph Monte, it does depend on Big Mike and Authentic Paddy. If they don't cut each other's throat, I think Big Mike can hold on. But if they do, Nymph Monte has a definite chance. So your $7 is a good bet, yeah. And Big Mike 480 is a bit short at the moment. Probably get out to $5 or $6. And Ladies First been closing off in good sectionals. She's been
Trainer's very happy with her.
Yeah. Melbourne Cup bound, isn't she?
On track for the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah. So
with her runs, and she was finished just behind the place getters. Only 3 lengths away on the first day, so she's a chance as well.
And Lisa Orpis jumped off Des onto her, so
I would suggest that probably that was that booking would have been made well in advance before they decided to run Des in this race. So Big Mike for you?
I'll tell you what, I'll go Nymph Monte. You've talked me into it.
You can't. I was going to go chocolate fish against you.
No, shit, no, crikey.
Bloody hell.
No. Give me a length start.
No, we'll find another race. I don't want to take... If you want to go Nymph Monte, you can go Nymph Monte.
I think it's waited for to win that race. It's going to be at least an even tempo, I think. Nymph Monte has to be a really good each way chance.
And you look at, of his 9 wins, 6 have been on dead track, so track conditions right in favour too. So
No, I'll go you head to head. Big Mike could be out in front. Nymph Monte could be in trouble, looking to get a gap. So I'll go for it. I'll be fair. Big Mike.
You're fair. I'm giving you $4.80 v $7. Who's been fair here?
I'll take
chocolate fish. Here we go. I'm writing it down.
Done.
Good.
Okay, and some good racing on the card out there. The first race is good. Mental Telepathy, got to be a chance. Revolution was a good run on the first day.
And you've got the best bet of the day could be race 2, but we'll keep that one for paying subscribers.
Oh, definitely, yeah. As we speak, I haven't seen the opening price yet, so
should be hard to
post it up there. Yeah, really hard to beat.
Now, one thing we didn't touch on about last week, there was a horse running around in Sydney last Saturday called Winks.
Oh yes, not a bad mare, is she? Crikey, Dick. Just amazing, isn't she?
Unbelievable way. The acceleration when needed. She just finds another gear.
Yeah.
How good is she?
Just, was it 20, how many Group 1s in a row now?
27 wins in a row, 20 Group 1s.
20 Group 1s, just amazing. Cox Plate, the boys get paid, guys will be going over there and licking their lips.
Yeah.
And a horse like Scott Bates, I mentioned it in my preview. If he wins tomorrow and he goes on and wins the Livermore, which he could well do, he's just that type of horse, he would have to be a place chance against Winks. And at $18 and final field for a place in the Cox Plate, we'd nibble on that. You wouldn't back it for a win. You might if you were keen. But, $18 for a place in the Cox Plate. If he keeps improving their way, I think he will. That could be an added bonus for the boys to get paid and anybody. Who's going to watch that race?
Exactly.
Which will be most of us.
No, all good. So that's a little bit of racing, Neil. So I guess we better touch on a bit of sport as well.
Yeah, got the two big games coming up tonight. Melbourne.
NRL finals.
Yep.
I guess what we call the semi-finals. I'd call them the preliminary finals. Melbourne against Cronulla tonight, and the Roosters against the Rabbits tomorrow night.
Right, yeah. Melbourne, Cronulla first of all.
Melbourne,
I agree.
no problem.
What are they paying?
$1.37, I think.
Okay.
So I think they're 8.5. I think the line is they'll cover that. Cronulla are pretty much busted. Their injuries told us too much in Melbourne.
Right.
Their last two games last year, I think they won both by over 25 points. So 8 points at home, a 9-point win over Cronulla won't be a problem.
Okay.
Obviously, the closer game is the second one, Roosters and Rabbits.
You have an interesting fact though.
Who does?
What you do?
Or do I?
Yeah, about the Roosters. They've got a week off.
They had a week off.
Is that important?
I think it's
How
important.
How important? Winning important. Winning edge important.
Pretty important. I haven't done the full stats, but I know only I think one team in about the last 8 years has won the grand final without having a week off.
Gee.
So definitely helps. And the Rabbits, are a bit like you, get into more trouble than you on a Friday night.
Keep that quiet.
You're 16 away and doing whatever they do when they were here, and it's all come out now.
That's right, yeah.
So that must have a bit of a distraction aspect to it for the Rabbits. So the Roosters, I think they'll be ready to rock and roll, and they will cover the start, 1.5 point start against the Rabbitohs. So take the two favourites, both at the start, minus 8.5, minus 1.5. Storm and Roosters to cover for mine, and we'll set up a very intriguing grand final next week.
Yeah.
Next week, it's hard to believe.
It goes
The
so
league
quickly.
season, and the AFL season will be all over in about 9 days, 10 days time.
They're great athletes, aren't they? Going week in, week out.
Toughest competition in the world,
It'd have to be. It would have to be, wouldn't it? Just physically take that and
26
mentally.
weeks,
Yeah.
26, 28 weeks when you include finals. Don't think you or I could manage it, Neil.
No. Well, that'd be half a game on the sideline. Yeah.
Exactly.
Bats
So
and bouquets.
rugby, yeah, no
Oh,
rugby. No rugby.
Naki playing this weekend?
Yeah, they'll get smashed by Auckland. We don't even talk about the
shall
Naki
we?
anymore.
No,
We've
no,
given up.
It's on record.
We have
It's
jumped
gonna get
off the
smashed.
bandwagon. Naki will get smashed. Yep, brickbats and bouquets. So, Neil,
Oh, yes.
you have one of your favourite subjects, and I've seen it on Twitter.
Have you? Good.
Let's hear it.
Twitter follower.
Jump outs.
Jump outs, yes. A couple of weeks ago, there was a whisper, or more than a whisper, that Levin were going to video their jump outs. I thought, great, it's good. They're going to film it down the straight and put them on YouTube, so we can all see what's going on and judge it from there. But since then, I rang the club actually, and I spoke to a lady called Sue, and Sue said that the trainers got together and decided not to have the video coverage of their horses going round. Main reason being, it may affect or could affect the sale price or the sale of any young horses going through, because if it doesn't jump out and race well, it could lower the value. I can see their point of view, but
How? So, are you telling me that people buy horses without even seeing a video of them in a jump out?
that's a good question. It's a very good question.
Really? Would you be paying good money to buy a horse if you know it's had a jump out, and surely you would want to see that footage before you buy it?
Yeah, like if
I
you're
can't work that out.
just forking out $50,000, $100,000 for anything like a car, you want to see the car before you bought it, wouldn't you?
You would have thought so.
That's right.
Seems strange to me, that reason.
No, I think the real reason is they want to, and you can understand, owners want to keep it quiet so they can get a good punt on the bookies. Darren Ware was caught out last week by
Honest mistake, you said.
an honest mistake of not naming his horses correctly in the jump outs.
Yeah, what a surprise.
What a surprise there.
Sorry about that,
And
Stipes.
everyone wants to make a dollar. Trainers and owners, they want to make a dollar. Okay, fair enough. But I think the bigger picture is punters want to see as much information as they can before they make a punt. You've got 26 heats that went round on the 12th of September. 130 horses that we can't see. A lot of those, at least half of those horses will race next start in a maiden or an R65 a better race. There were 4 that raced on Wanganui on Thursday. We have no idea how they went. We know they either won, second, or missed out. if we could see those races, we could assess for ourselves how they're going. To say that you don't want them broadcast because a few horses will get their prices lowered or will affect the sale price is just madness to me.
So why are they broadcasting trials? Isn't that the same argument?
That is the same argument. It's an argument, but it's a very weak argument.
I would go back and say that holds no weight. You should just go down there, Neil, get in your camper van, go for a drive one day, and just start filming these jump outs in the stand.
I will. I promise I will do that. I've got a camera.
And then put it up and say, now this horse and this horse I would not buy if you paid me.
But it's not hard. Look, Taranaki on their previous, not their last jump outs, their previous ones before then in August, they broadcast down the straight.
Yep.
Put it up on YouTube. It was great. And you could work out which horses were which.
Palm View Racing normally put up full jump outs of all their horses in it. Jump outs at the end of the day aren't the vehicle for selling horses overseas, I wouldn't have thought.
No, you wouldn't think so.
Because, so are you going to, remembering jump outs, jockeys, they're not, you don't know what weight they're carrying.
No.
There's no official parameters around these jump outs. You can say, you could put a jockey on, but you could have an extra 10 kgs in the lead bag if you wanted to.
You don't know. Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really buys serious horses based on jump outs.
No.
I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah. No, I think the bigger picture is NZTR, in my view, have to make it mandatory for any jump outs to be videoed just on a phone, just down the straight, the last 200 metres. Put it up on YouTube, otherwise you don't get a licence to have jump outs, simple as that. Punters want the information. The whole mindset of New Zealand racing has to change, I think, with its club closure and everything. Let's do it for the good of the industry, for the jump outs. Let's video them. If I was in charge of the Levin Racing Club, I would say, get those videoed and up on YouTube. It's information for punters. We're in the business of selling bets to pay for more stake money for owners and trainers. If we don't sell the bets, that stake money doesn't go up. So get them videoed, put them up on YouTube so punters can see, or we'll just go elsewhere for our punting. It's just a no-brainer to me.
I think
Anyway.
Neil's made his point there, listeners and viewers, so we'll move on before he blows a valve.
That's right, yeah.
Have a drink. Have a drink.
Cool.
I'll give you a brickbat. This week,
Oh, yes.
I got told about this wonderful thing called Vodafone TV and why I should have it, so I accepted their offer, loaded up a new box, took out my Sky box, put in Vodafone TV. It's all connected via the internet, cheaper, all that sort of stuff. Sounds good to me. And then I start watching some races, and then I can't work out why all these races are closing so early. And then I turn on my watch and bet on the TAB site, and I work out that the Vodafone TV is about 45 seconds in delay.
45 seconds.
Not great if you're betting up to the jump or the like.
And
so
running or whatever.
just yes, or live betting in sports.
That's right, yeah.
So just be careful, punters, if you're switching to Vodafone TV, be careful. It is 45 seconds or thereabouts in delay, so not the best for that situation.
It's hopeless for racing.
And saying that, the app on the phone is very clear. So if you're not too worried and you just want to watch TV on your phone, you're not worried about it being 45 seconds in delay. It's good, but yeah, from a racing point of view, not the best.
Yeah, that's a bit like I was caught out the other day with a blue wheel on the Sky TV. You sort of pause it half an hour before and you're like, shit, why can't I get this damn bet on? Well, we've been caught there, haven't we? Same situation. It can save you money, it can lose your money, but that's not good.
Have we got anything positive to report, Neil?
Oh, we've got to give out a $20 multi-bet. I've got 8 names down here, and I'm going to number them off 1 to 8 randomly.
Yeah.
Hang on.
8 people got the right answer last week.
Yeah.
Who's the horse that won the Muriel Metric Mile and the Kelp Capital Stakes, as I think was then? I think the year from memory was 2004. The horse was Belle Muse, beating the mighty Starcraft, who was going for the Triple Crown.
14 years
Jamie
ago.
Bullard. Yeah, I know, 14 years. I think that, to be fair, that was my first ever Kilt Live. I was down there that weekend, and I think I've only missed one since. So, well done to those 8 people. So you've got 8 numbers there.
Yep.
Okay, I'll pick a number randomly between 1 and 8.
Yep.
1.
1. Steve.
Steve, well done, Steve.
Well done, Steve. I'll up your no, I'll give you that multi-bet. I'll be in touch with you tonight and let us know your bet for tomorrow. And I'll post that bet on the website. Good keen punter.
Well done. Shall we give away another prize this week?
Why not? Same prize, a multi.
A multi?
Seems quite
$20
popular,
multi?
$20 multi.
Okay.
Make it a toughie.
To be in the draw to win the $20 multi, we're not going to give any clues, Neil. Do
No.
not give any clues, because you love spoiling these tough questions with easy clues.
Lips are sealed.
Who won the 2015 Windsor Plate? Name of the winning horse, emailed or texted to Neil by Monday at 9 o'clock. Is that all right?
Can't say a word.
Well, you can say now, you
Can't say
just
that.
can't give any clues.
Oh, sorry, okay.
So
Oh, yeah.
give the people your contact details and get those answers in of the winner of the 2015 Windsor Plate.
Yep. Okay. Formpro at formpro.co.nz or 027 352 6402 by 9 p.m. Monday night. Anybody don't have to be a subscriber. Text me in or email me in with the correct answer, and you'll get a multi-bet next week, which we'll put up on the website. Right, now we've got Canterbury on tomorrow. Good track there.
Riccarton, yeah, well, they're watering.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that during the week.
Yeah.
Watering at Riccarton. So
I see Tony Pike's got a nice horse going down there.
he's got a few horses going down. Which one's the nice one?
It's drawn wide in that...
Wicker Force.
Wicker Force, yeah. Nice horse, but drawn wide, that's the problem.
Interesting, a lot more northern horses getting down there early before Cup Week. Obviously, Team Tiake have had that strategy for a number of years now, and it looks like Tony Pike's doing the same.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Wicker Force,
interesting.
nice horse. Yeah.
You like Wicker Force?
Oh, I do like, but that wide draw does make it tough. You've got to get in with cover, even 4 or 5 wide with cover. Otherwise, you're out in the open. It does make it really tough out there. So, haven't really had a good look at those fields there. It's been sticking to Hastings the last couple of days. So.
Pukekohe on Sunday.
Oh, yes, yep. He's Cavalier. $9.
$9.
Drawn nicely, beyond the pace.
Kate Cowan again.
Yep.
Back to 1600 has to be the question.
That's that. It's come right, that horse. That horse comes right, bang, bang like that. You think, okay.
Yeah, stick with it, you reckon?
Nice
All
one.
right.
Yep.
No, so the tracks are firming up. The racing action's getting hotter.
Yeah.
And we might have to do more of these. Is it a podcast or
Vidcast.
Vidcast.
Yeah, vidcast, they call them these days.
Yeah.
A bit like the old videos. Vidcast.
We should have had a trivia question. Whose rugby jersey is that behind you?
The blue one.
The blue one. Wonder if anyone notices. If you know whose rugby jersey that is, send that through and we'll give you a shout out in next week's vidcast.
Yeah. Well, that one on the right hand side there is a very famous cricketer.
Yeah.
It was his last game, wasn't it?
I think it was his last Test match for New Zealand.
In 2012 might be a hint.
There you go.
Okay. Really good player.
We give all the good stuff here on the Form Pro podcast. That wraps it up from me, Neil. Nothing else from you?
No, but actually the next one we might do is we should be able to, before the Liver Bowl.
Should we do one live on course?
We could do, yeah.
Up in the stand?
Why not? Yeah.
Sounds like a plan
At
to
the
me.
winning post, yeah.
The winning post, as long as it's not always windy at Hastings, it seems, on that day before Livermore. But yeah, Neil and I will be down there.
And
looking forward to that.
I'll also mention now, I'll do a syndicate for the Punt of the Year there too.
Okay, so all Form Pro people, how much do they have to put in?
I'll sort it out, but
$1,500 for a team. So Neil will do all the selecting, and obviously a bit like a punters club, where if he wins and you get the 20,000 on top, that's shared with all the members of the syndicate.
oh, right, yeah, and that'd be good. The kudos of having the Punt of the Year for a year too. So
The big trophy.
yeah,
Very good.
that'd be a bit of fun. So I'll put some information up about that next week, and we'll have a crack. Why not? Bit of fun. And
I think you might be going head to head against the Boys Get Paid guys. They might be doing the same.
Oh, that'd be good.
That could be a
I like a
chocolate
bit of
fish.
competition. Yeah.
That could be a chocolate fish bet.
Yeah. Well, it sharpens your pen up, doesn't it? Now?
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing of the Punters Challenge, isn't it? Any Punters Challenge, you're there competing against other punters you get on well with, have a bit of a laugh with. And when it comes to the crunch, you all want to better each other, and if you don't,
I get the feeling, I could be wrong, but I get the feeling this year's Punter of the Year entries will be, I won't say at an all-time high, but definitely the highest number of entries in maybe the last 12 to 15 years.
Okay.
A lot of interest out there, so certainly will be a tough competition to win, but that makes it all the more enjoyable if you do happen to pull it off.
Yeah. Okay, well, hope you have a good weekend. Go Scott Base, and I'll give you the last word.
The last word
Is
go Wanganui to beat King Country in the Heartland Championship on Saturday at Tikawiti. That's where I'll be.
there you go.